Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Now, this isn't just going to be your standard run-of-the-mill presentation of facts. Actually, I want you to treat this as a guided meditative exercise. We're tackling humanity's absolute deepest question today. Who are you? We'll be pulling from ancient philosophies, looking really closely at the Indian sages and the Upanishads, and mixing that with a little bit of modern biology to try and locate the true self. So I want you to really engage with these concepts today, not just as data, but as literal mirrors for your own mind. Ready? Let's get into it. All right, wherever you are right now, go ahead and close your eyes for just a second. Imagine waking up this morning with absolute total amnesia. You've got zero memory of your name. You don't know where you live, who your family is, what you do for a living. I mean, everything you consider to be your life is just completely blank, right? Yet, as you're lying there in bed, you'd realize something incredibly profound. That raw, pure feeling of you is still entirely present. The actual feeling of existing, that hasn't gone anywhere at all. So let's just take a deliberate 3-second pause right here. Just observe your own internal thoughts. Okay, that lingering presence you just felt, that totally quiet sense of I am, that is the ultimate mystery. Literally the exact mystery that philosophers, yogis, and scientists have been obsessed with for millennia. Because think about it, if everything you identify with is just wiped away, but you are still sitting there, well then who exactly are you? Section 1, the illusion of identity. Let's start systematically peeling back these false layers we've all accumulated over our lifetimes. And we're going to start right with the outermost layer, the labels society throws on us. Think for a second about how identity is constructed. You were born without a name, right? You definitely didn't know what a doctor, an engineer, a parent, or a friend even was. But as you grew up, people gave you a name. Then you took on a profession. You took on all these social roles. And gradually, honestly almost invisibly, you just accepted these external labels as your absolute core identity. You started walking around saying, I am a manager or I am a spouse. But let me ask you directly, and really observe your own reaction to this. If your job ends tomorrow, or if your relationship status completely changes, do you suddenly disappear? No, of course not. Because the core feeling of self remains completely intact, even when a profession or a relationship ends. So logically, our true identity cannot possibly be these temporary labels. They're basically just outfits we wear. They're absolutely not the person wearing them. Moving on to section 2, beyond the physical body. Okay, so we've moved past society's labels, and now we're looking directly at the physical vessel we inhabit. Now, I know most of us just default to thinking, okay, well, I am this body. But let's test that theory out. Think back to a photograph of yourself as a young child. Now try to remember your teenage years, your voice changing, your height shifting around. Now look at your adult physique today. Science actually proves that over a span of about 7 to 10 years, almost every single cell in your body regenerates and replaces itself. I mean, you literally shed your entire outer layer of skin every few weeks. The actual biological material making up your face, your heart, your hands today is literally not the same material that made you up a decade ago. Your body is a completely different physical entity now. So, here's the crucial point we need to make. While your physical form has completely transformed from childhood to adulthood, the internal sensation that I am the exact same person has never wavered once. The I that looked out of those childhood eyes is the exact same I experiencing this explainer right now. We're going to take a quick 5-second pause right here. I want you to actively try to feel that detachment from your physical form. If the body changes entirely, but the you doesn't, well then you literally cannot be the body. Just breathe and sit with that thought for a moment. Section 3, observing the mind. All right, we are peeling back the most challenging layer of all now, the totally volatile, unpredictable landscape of our own mind, our thoughts and our shifting emotions. Because if we aren't our labels and we aren't our physical bodies, surely we must be our minds, right? Well, let's find out. Have you ever really noticed how your mood can swing dramatically within a single day? Like, you might wake up in a super joyful mood. Then by the afternoon, somebody says something kind of sharp, and boom, you're filled with frustration. By the evening, you somehow settle back into calmness. This proves that your mind is in a constant state of flux. It's exactly like the weather. Let's do a real-time mental experiment right now. Wherever you are, just relax your shoulders a bit. Close your eyes. Now, don't try to stop thinking. Instead, I just want you to wait and watch for your next thought to arrive. Whatever it is, maybe a thought about dinner, a thought about work, whatever, just look at it. Don't hold on to it. And now, just watch it leave. Okay, gently open your eyes again. Who is the one observing those thoughts? Guys, this is a massive paradigm shift. If you can observe anger, the one watching cannot logically be the anger itself. If you can observe fatigue in your mind, you are not the fatigue. You are the one knowing the fatigue. Section 4, Birth of the Silent Witness. And this brings us right to the core discovery made by ancient Indian sages literally thousands of years ago. When you strip away the labels and the body and the mind, what remains is the pure presence of an eternal observer behind all the noise. They beautifully called this the silent witness. Let's contrast these two realities for a second. On one side, you have the changing, your thoughts, your emotions, your age. On the other side, you have the completely unchanging, the silent witness. The sages used this really amazing metaphor. They said the silent witness acts like the vast open sky. The sky doesn't fight the clouds, right? It simply allows clouds of thought and emotion to pass through without interfering, without judging, and absolutely without changing the sky itself. I want you to really absorb this bit of ancient wisdom from the Upanishads. You are not what is seen. You are that because of which everything is seen. It's like how the sun doesn't actually do anything to the objects on Earth, but simply illuminates them so they can be experienced. Pure consciousness illuminates the mind and body. You are literally the light that makes the entire experience of life possible. Section 5, the experience of silence. As we reach the final layer of this concept, we have to make a pretty crucial transition. We really need to shift from just an intellectual understanding of these concepts to pure, unscripted experience. You really have to feel it. So right now I want you to stop trying to think. Stop trying to figure out the answer to who you are. Just observe the completely automatic rhythms of life happening in this exact moment. Feel your breath flowing naturally, totally without your effort. Feel your heart beating automatically. Listen to the ambient sounds arriving in your ears. Watch the thoughts passing by. Just be the witness to the whole shebang. You know, there is a kind of tragic irony to human life. We spend decades seeking the world. We chase wealth, success, relationships, all that external validation. Yet, despite all that success, we so often feel this lingering inner emptiness. Why? Well, because we spend our entire lives searching for worldly things without ever turning inward to discover the seeker. We completely forget to find out who is actually doing the experiencing. And I gotta be completely honest with you here, the answer to the question, who am I, can never, ever be found in a book. It can't be handed to you by a guru, and it certainly cannot be fully captured in this explainer. The true answer is only found within your direct, personal experience of pure silence. When the mind finally goes quiet, the truth becomes overwhelmingly obvious. So, I'm gonna leave you with this final provocative thought. If you are not your name, if you are not your constantly changing body, and if you are not your fleeting thoughts or emotions, who is the one experiencing this explainer right now? I want you to spend the next few moments in absolute silence, just observing your own boundless consciousness. Don't look for an answer in words. Just experience the silent witness.